Imagine stepping into a room where your arrival influences the environment. Your entry commands respect, the contributions you made are instantly recognized, and your perspectives are in great demand. That is not just a belief that something you want will happen. It's the outcome of attaining an ancient society which has its foundation in Stoic wisdom. In this video, you're about to learn the 9 powerful psychological strategies that may boost your standing and make you a priority in any situation. Stoicism presents a counterintuitive lesson. True value comes from within and is not lessened by external oversight. Yet, it's obvious that obtaining priority from the perspective of others can lead to major benefits, whether in your professional or personal life. These strategies we're about to discuss aren't just theoretical. They are practical, actionable, and have stood the test of time. They will not only bring you the recognition that you deserve, but they will also boost your inner fortitude. As we dive into these strategies, remember that they are more than just techniques. They are part of a transformational process, a shift in perspective that begins with how you see yourself and extends outward. So if you're ready to not just be noticed but to be given priority, stay with me. This is not about catching a temporary moment of attention. It's about developing a powerful presence that persists and creates an impression much beyond your initial interaction. With that said, let's start the road toward a more respected and prioritized you. Number 1, command your space. Let's get straight to the heart of it. You wouldn't stand for second place in the office or any place of work, so why accept it in life's pecking order? It's not about self-esteem, it's about self-respect for everything. When you choose to put your effort and time where it counts. If there's no mutually beneficial recognition of worth, it's time to reassess your collaborations. By choosing areas in which your value is recognized, you automatically improve your status. Remember, you don't have control over how others value you. You're in charge of your own self-regard. If you want to be the lead act in life's play, start by giving yourself the lead role in your very own epic. Number 2, forge your own joy. Here's a straight shot of truth. Attaching your happiness to someone else is like constructing a house on sand. It moves and crumbles without warning. The man who is the master of his own delight owns a power that nobody can take away. Stoicism isn't about repressing emotion. It's about getting your fulfillment from the solid parts of life you control. Have you ever noticed how people are drawn to someone who's got their act together? That's no coincidence. It's the attraction of self-sufficiency. Find joy in your daily life, your personal successes, and the quiet times of contemplation. This isn't about running to a lonely life. It's about becoming so grounded in your own satisfaction that you become the rock, not the waves that are crashing against it. That's the kind of man who doesn't just end up on somebody's priority list. Number 3, master the art of presence by absence. It's a fundamental principle of nature. The rarest resource is the most desirable. Apply this to your existence. When you're always on tap, you're just another feature of your surroundings that is easy to disregard. No Stoic sage ever gained respect by being at every person's beck and call. Let's make it really straightforward. It's not about playing games or establishing your minutes with a miser's hand. It's about having a life that's so appealing, so full of objectiveness and passion, that your availability is naturally restricted. You're not hiding away, you're rising forward, engaged in things that develop your mind and build your soul. And here's the clincher. When you do lend someone your time, it's not just another gap in your schedule. It's a function. They'll feel it, and your presence will become a privilege, not an expectation. Number 4, the currency of investment. Investment is the foundation of value. Think about it. The more you invest in anything, the more you're devoted to its achievement and value. This principle has significance in relationships as well. By motivating others to invest in you, their opinion of your importance organically improves. How do you do this? It's all about balance. Yes, you should be friendly, but not at the expense of being underestimated. Let's assume you can spend time together, but you're tied up. Explain this. It's not about playing hard to get. It's about being genuine with your commitments. This integrity demonstrates that you're a man of substance, not just passing the time. When they do make the effort to fit into your routine, it's important to appreciate it. Praise may be a powerful reinforcer, but it subtly lets them understand that their effort is being evaluated, and that not everyone receives the same privilege. This is the dance of give and take, where they extend effort and you, in turn, appreciate it, making every interaction matter. The idea here is not to extend this to the extreme. You're not creating barriers, you're setting guidelines. This is not about being superior. It's about respecting one another, When people know that spending time with you is not a given, but a gift, you become their number one priority. It's the delicate balance of Stoic wisdom, recognizing your worth and letting others understand it through their own valuation. Number 5. The allure of an unsaid mystery has always had a magnetic pull. In a world where sharing too much is the norm, holding back is a power move. A Stoic recognizes the importance of quietness and being strong in reserve. When it comes to relationships and interactions, exposing every card in your hand is not only worthless, it's unwise. The people you meet should earn each piece of information they learn about you. So how do you keep this enigma? Start by providing just enough to arouse attention, a glimpse of your depth, not the complete story, your interests, your passions, and your dreams. Let them out in trickles, not floods. When asked about your past, give them an illustration with broad strokes, not the small details. This is not dishonesty, it's discretion. This strategy stirs curiosity. It encourages the other person to lean in, to question, and to look for more. And in doing so, you become the riddle they can't help but want to solve. In their minds, you gain value just because you're not an open book. There's always another layer to uncover and another side to explore. In basic terms, you're inviting them on a quest to uncover the treasure that is knowing you, but they won't find this precious metal lying on the surface. It's hidden, it's valuable, and it's worth their attention and effort. This is how you attach yourself to someone's thoughts. Being a priority is because the human mind tends to value what it doesn't fully understand. Number 6. Keep your orbit and command their interest. Let's explore the enigma of desire. The world pursues after what retreats from it. The rarest things are those not easily achieved. In your relationship, if you make someone your son, and your entire world revolves around them, you risk being just another satellite. Predictable, constant, and taken for granted. Think about the opposite. A life where you are the sun and others are attracted to your gravity. It's about developing a life so rich and exciting that you don't need to orbit anyone else, and they feel the pull of your passions, your initiatives, and your growth. This isn't about playing hard to get, it's about being hard to forget. Do you know the old saying, grass is always greener on the other side? There's truth in it. People are inherently captivated by the unattainable, the empty, and the sovereign. So when you stay involved in your own direction, when you don't make them the foundation of your being alive, you become the greener grass. You're not detached, you're just self-aligned, and in that self-alignment you become an enigma, an obligation and a goal. Your presence becomes an acknowledgement, not a given right, and unexpectedly you'll find they're seeking your attention, not the other way around. This is the foundation of charisma, the secret to being a priority in their everyday lives without even asking for it. Number 7. Cultivate the fear of losing you. Let's look at a hard-hitting strategy, showing the world what it means to miss you. It's a fact as ancient as time. We frequently don't recognize the worth of something until it's no longer around. This isn't about manipulating, it's about displaying your natural worth. The Stoics believed in the power of self-reliance and not being wildly tied to external affirmation. Now, this isn't about playing games or putting someone on the cold shoulder. It's deeper than that. It's about keeping your time and feelings invested in a commitment that isn't guaranteed. Pull back a little, let your presence be something they earn, diversify your attention, and split your time across your interests and connections. When you do, something shifts. They begin to wonder about you and about what has transpired. That space you leave promotes contemplation on your value, and perhaps most importantly, the dread of losing your presence in their lives. This has to be performed with a subtle touch. You're not disappearing. You're simply recalibrating your focus. Show that while you value them, your world is big and full of places and people who value you back. When done well, you create an environment where they learn how to appreciate your worth and naturally desire to raise you higher up on their list of priorities. Remember, a man who knows his worth makes the world take notice. Your controlled withdrawal is an indication of your value. It's not about making people chase you. It's about telling them what they stand to lose if they don't step up. Number 8. Hold the power to step back, the ultimate act of self-respect. The preparedness to fold them and walk away. Whether it's an agreement, a disastrous deal, or a one-sided relationship, being prepared to stand back is the purest form of self-prioritization. Stoicism teaches us to detach from consequences and concentrate on our own actions and values. This isn't about losing hope, it's about standing for your well-being. In a vast theater of life, knowing when to exit stage left is as crucial as making an entrance. It's not a hasty move, nor is it a surrender. It's a planned retreat. Remember, the strongest position you can ever take is one where you're not limited by the necessity of any particular outcome. This is not about arrogance, it's about self-assurance. And the instant you start to walk away is typically the same moment when others begin to take a step closer, knowing the value that they stand to lose. Walking away isn't an end, it's a proclamation of worth. It's a pause for contemplation, a space where you weigh the scales of your life. So hold this power close and utilize it carefully and with a clean heart. Sometimes the most powerful move you can make is to take a step back, and in doing so you might discover that everything else takes a step forward. Number 9. The art of silence. Silence speaks volumes. In a world overloaded with perpetual noise and chatter, the absence of your voice might be louder than its presence. If you're constantly the one reaching out and starting every discussion, you may unknowingly reduce your value in the eyes of others. It's our nature. We chase anything that retreats from us. Consider the potency of a silent approach. When you stay back, you're sending a clear signal. Your intention is not given lightly, it must be earned. This isn't about playing games or manipulating. It's rooted in a genuine respect for oneself. It's a dramatic display of self-sufficiency, echoing the Stoic concept that inner serenity and satisfaction come from inside, not from outward affirmation. By stopping your impulses to initiate touch, you create space. In this area, the other party has room to advance toward you. It's a testimonial to their curiosity and the value they place on your relationship. If they reach out, it strengthens your relationship. If they don't, it supplies you with crucial information about where you genuinely stand. This strategy should not be about testing the other person, but rather about adjusting the dynamics of your conversation. It's a moment for contemplation for both parties, and when the conversation continues, it's on a more even keel, with a deeper respect for the dialogue and the individuals involved. In the end, your communication should be like a precious commodity sought after, not squandered. This is the ultimate of Stoic wisdom, knowing when to speak and when to let the silence do the talking. In conclusion, your blueprint for being a priority. When we pull the curtain on these 9 techniques, it's crucial to engrave the underlying concept into your approach. You are the architect of your worth and the ruler of your fate. These techniques are not mere manipulations, but reflections of the strength and composure that come from the Stoic heritage, embracing inner fortitude and the force of a self-reliant spirit. Bear in mind that while these strategies can tip the balance in your favor, they're not magical incantations that compel others to prefer you. People have their agency, their choices, and their free will. What these methods accomplish is help you position yourself as a person of value, a person who appreciates themselves enough to not settle for less. In embracing these measures, you're not simply attempting to improve the exterior view, but to elevate your intrinsic valuation. And please support us by subscribing, liking, and sharing this video. Let me know what you think in the comments section.